Welcome to Bubble Ghost.
Greetings and welcome to another video, and in this one today we are doing yet another episode of Passion for Games, and joining me as usual is Sasamisa1806, my mate Jeff. Hello Jeff.
Hello there.
Right, well today, as you can see by what's on the screen at the moment, we are doing Bubble Ghost on the Atari ST, and this is, I'd call it an escape puzzle game with platform elements that come out in 1987 from ERE Informatique and was created by a guy called, and I'm probably going to annihilate his surname here, Christoph Andreini. And this was out on a lot of systems. It was out on the ST, the Amiga, the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, DOS, the Apple II, the Game Boy and Windows. No Spectrum version, which is a bit of a shock for 1987. This wouldn't be out of the realms of being capable on the Spectrum, really, would it?
I wouldn't have thought so. It might be a little lacking in sound, and the colours might be a bit garish, but it could probably manage it. It's certainly got the res for it.
Yeah, well, I never played this game. I mean, I've seen Mainmeister play it on his channel, and obviously I've seen your playthrough of it. So, what is it about this game that's caused you to make a video?
I don't know. It's one of those ST games that I remember quite fondly. I'm pretty sure I got a copy of it off of Jay, who we both know. No.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he actually had the original. I had plenty of originals on the ST, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't one of them. But it was one of them games you could instantly get into. It rather reminds me of QDX on the 64. A simple puzzle game, as you said. Blow the bubble around, avoid all the sharp objects. I think this was the first playthrough, though, where I ever did it without dying once. I mean, back in the day, I think I could do it dying once or twice, but this was actually the 7th playthrough. I had 7 goes in a row, and they were all good playthroughs. I finished it on all 7 of them, but the 7th go, I did it without dying once. So, yep, that was the recording I was keeping.
Yeah, well, I know from seeing this game being played that's actually quite a feat, really.
It is on the later screens because there are 2 shortcuts in this game. I actually went the longest route. No shortcuts. But yeah, some of the later screens, whereas you'll see, they are very, very touchy. Just like QDX, you have to be good on the mouse. Good on the mouse and good with the buttons, when you're blowing the bubble to get good control. You will see that on some screens. I do kind of mess about a bit to get it perfectly in line.
Yeah. I should say, really, this is totally a mouse-controlled game, not a joystick in sight.
Yeah, the mouse buttons rotate the ghost, which oddly looks like a condom, doesn't they? I'm pretty sure Jay used to say that. Looks like a condom. But yeah, the buttons rotate him left and right. And I think you used spacebar to blow.
Yeah, so yeah, an early mouse and keyboard game.
Yeah, I mean, I know my brother likes it as well. I'm not sure if my brother's ever finished it, but yeah, we both used to play this back in the day when he used to come down and stay over at Flo's, when I was in digs. This was one of the games we would play.
Yeah, like I say, I've never played it before, but I might actually give it a go. I might have a look at the Commodore 64 version as I normally do on my channel. I might do a few look-throughs on that. So we're into the game proper now anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've never actually played any other version of this. I mean, I've watched the Amiga version on YouTube. The Amiga version's just a bit slower, and I don't think the sound effects are as good. Looks like Adrian Mole there, don't it?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be the programmer. But what I like about it, the ST version, just like Xenon, the sound effects were great. They were all sampled, and they're really hilarious. Laugh a minute sound effects.
Yeah, I mean, you saying about the Amiga version being a bit slower and that, there's every chance in 1987 it was a direct port of this, and they did tend to be a bit slower, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, the early games, they were direct ports. You know, they didn't even bother to update the colours. Well, the first screen's simple enough, just to blow it across the screen. You've got no reason to go near those scissors.
So does everything burst a bubble? The walls,
Yeah,
everything. Right.
If it touches anything at all, it will burst. And flames, if you try to pass over the top of them, it will burst the bubble instantly. So you have to blow the candles out. But you notice if you blow for too long, he turns red.
Yeah.
So you have to keep tapping the space. Incidentally, the bonus down the bottom, if it runs out, you don't die. You just don't get any points. If you try to blow the bubble back onto the previous screen, the bonus bar empties and you lose all your points.
Oh, right.
So keep moving forward. But the early screens, you can switch off the contraptions. Like there, you blow that and it turns that off. Otherwise, that fan will blow the bubble.
Straight into that guillotine-looking thing.
Yeah. I mean, here you can go either way. I choose to go the other way. You can go past the needle there, but it's risky. I mean, sprite collision detection is fairly lenient.
You're right, that ghost does look like a condom, by the way.
Yeah. And the sound effects are hilarious. They really are. Especially the later level that me and James used to call the stomach level. I even put that in the comment, because that's what I think it sounds like, a bloody stomach grumbling. But the early screens, you can turn the propellers off. So it does make your job a bit easier. But the bubble will drift. After you've blown it, you'll notice it does still slowly drift, and you can use that to your advantage. I mean, that needle, well, that fork at the top is virtually impossible to get past. So you have to use the trumpet to get rid of that green guy there. Here you got a choice. I'm pretty sure I choose the riskier way, yeah. But you notice the bubble oscillates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will get you killed if you go too close to things.
Yeah, you made that look ridiculously easy, by the way.
Yeah. Well, this was my seventh go, so I was kind of in the zone at this point. I was really surprised I did it, though. I mean, towards the end, I was like, oh, I'm 2 screens from the end, you know. I haven't lost a life yet. Yeah, am I going to do it? Because there's plenty of opportunities to screw up.
What do you get? You get 7 bubbles, I'm assuming, looking at the bottom of the screen there.
You start out with 5, and I think you get an extra every so many screens.
Right.
I think it's every 5 or 6 screens or something. You get plenty of lives. Yeah, it does look like Adrian Moore from the day. I ain't seen that. I ain't seen that in years.
No, I'm surprised. It's probably still on telly somewhere. One of the UK Gold type channels.
Well, here's your shortcut here. You can go up there if you can get it past those 2 needles. But I choose to go the long way here. Long way gives you more points. Short way, riskier, but you can complete the game faster. So if you were doing a speed run, you'd go for the shortcut.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting concept, the game. I mean, I'm not going to say, like, you know, the French make strange games. I mean, you know, Another World was a French game, so they don't make games any different to us. But this is a concept for a game I wouldn't have thought of. A ghost that blows a bubble to its freedom.
Yeah, it's your soul in that bubble.
All right, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, those little pictures on the border there as well. I swear some of them are like, well, that's the Atari mouse there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, halfway. Yeah, I swear that's like Mercenary in one of them. It looks like Mercenary, one of the pictures. But there's nearly always an easier way of doing a screen. Sometimes it'll be a little obscure what you're supposed to do. Oh, this is a nasty screen, this one. You have to kind of line the bubble up perfectly. Otherwise it will not go through. Yeah, this one is touchy.
Well, you was lucky there, weren't you?
Yeah, that one's very touchy.
There's some good level design in this.
Yeah.
I don't know if this guy did many other games.
But you were saying French games there. I mean, Captain Blood's probably the most famous of the French games back in the day. Yeah, it was by Infogrames as well. Yeah, this is the stomach level. The sound effects on this one, crazy. The Amiga sound effects weren't as good. You'd expect them to have just used the same samples, but they didn't.
Yeah, that is quite strange. I mean, the Pooler chip was especially good at samples.
Yeah, I would have just expected them to do the same, but no. They ended up actually being worse. That's the dinky CA level, as I call it. Some dinky CA's going up and down there. There's an Atari symbol down there. Well, 3 Atari symbols.
Well, CA is obviously the programmer's initials.
Yeah. But yeah, got very lucky there.
Yeah,
Pretty much went inside that. But no, I don't cheat. You know, anyone accusing me of cheating, no. If I cheat, I'll tell you. I don't need to cheat. That's not me bragging. You know, from my 20 hours of bloody play on Prehistoric Isle, I do put in the effort, you know, to finish it on one credit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't tend to cheat, which means I never tend to get very far in anything. I have stuck credits in arcade games to see further levels before, but I'd never.
Yeah, I've done the same.
Yeah, I'd never put that out as a look what I did. That's just a couple of my videos I have I have used. Oh yeah, I have used trainers to show later levels on games, but I never claimed to complete anything. I didn't start really completing stuff until I was playing PlayStation games.
I thought you completed a Saboteur, though.
Yeah, I did complete Saboteur on the Spectrum and the Commodore 64. It's the same game, isn't it?
Those pictures in the background there, as I was saying, do you think they're mercenary?
It could be. It looked a bit Bombjack, actually. It looks like the third level of Bombjack.
I suppose it could be. But yeah, you notice now you've got to dodge past the fans. Yeah, you can't actually turn them off. Those roller skates, I always thought you could blow them, but right here, what you've got to do is you've got to realign it because it's in the wrong place. If you try to blow it horizontally there, it will hit that middle bit and it will burst straight away. You can't get past those faults. It's impossible. I've tried. But it's the same here. You've got to get it dead right. There's very little margin for error here.
Bloody hell. Yeah, that definitely takes some doing.
Yeah. It's the repositioning at the start. It's the same as here. You get one chance to do this. If you burst it by accident here, the bubble will be in a different place at the start and you'll have to reposition it. So you only get one chance to blow diagonally there. But this bit, yeah, you've got to get it all the way through. If that middle one weren't there, it would be easy. But yeah, you've got to get it round all them. Not impossible, but need a bit of control there.
Yeah, I'd imagine a bit of practice as well.
Oh, God, this screen's terrible. It's impossible to go over the top. You just can't get it past those needles. So you've got to get it. You see the shortcut where you would have come up?
Yeah.
Look at that. Barely made it. What you've got to do here now is basically blow it down there and then reposition it. If you accidentally blow it out the screen, you lose all the bonus. So you don't want to do that. But yeah, just about get it through. That's probably the hardest screen, to be honest, because from now on it's pretty basic. In fact, this screen here almost seems, insultingly easy.
Yeah, it does seem a tad trivial compared to the last one.
Yeah, I mean, it's narrow, but... And even this next screen, you think, oh, look at all them needles. But, yeah, there's plenty of room, though. It's not like it's a tight gap. It's not.
No, it's not as tight as that other one where you had the little needle in the middle.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. You can still die on this screen, by the way. Yeah, and that's it. Done it. Got a very good score as well.
The bubble thanks you. Well,
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. You made that look piss easy. I must admit.
That was my 7th go, though. But I did finish all the other 6 goes as well. And they were all the long route. But that was the first time I've ever done it without losing a single bubble. In all these years.
Yeah, it was fairly well. It's not fairly impressive. That's very impressive.
Well, considering I've got this severe ME and my eyesight is like I need a 55-inch monitor to actually be able to see anything. 200% fonts. My glasses are pretty much binoculars.
I mentioned this. We was doing this video to Lucosa, and I mean, anyone that's watched Lucosa's channel,
Yes.
he's good with his colourful language. I mentioned we was doing this, and I said, we're putting a playthrough up where Jeff's completed Bubble Ghost. He went, he's completed it, and I went, yeah, he didn't lose a life either. And his response, and I shit you not, was, and I quote, "Is he even fucking human?" That's what Lucosa said about it. So
I tell you can tell him I can't complete Heat Seeker though. I can get to level 3 on Heat Seeker. I can't finish it. So I know he loves that game.
Well, hopefully he'll watch this and leave you a scathing comment in the comment section below. But yeah, no, that was a thoroughly impressive playthrough. I mean, I don't know the game too well, but I've got eyes. I can see the level of difficulty on some of them levels was ridiculous. There's some top-notch mouse control going on there.
Yeah, I mean, for a twist of fate, I might never have even played the game. Yeah, it was only because I knew you knew Jay, you knew Dean, who knew Cole, who knew Scott. Essentially, I think that's just the way it is, isn't it? I mean, back in those days, it was who you knew. I mean, there was no internet, there was no YouTube. Nowadays we get our recommendations. I mean, we had the magazines, I suppose, Zap and ST Action and whatever. But it was mostly word of mouth, wasn't it? I'd go around your house, you'd show me Xenon or Carry Command or Rebel Universe, and I'd think, oh, they look pretty decent, and I'd end up playing them.
Yeah, pretty much the way it was, wasn't it? It was, lending each other discs. Obviously, blank discs were available for the use of. So yeah,
I bought my fair share of originals as well.
Yeah, I did too. I've still got a load of originals. I mean, I gave you my original of Captive. It seemed only fitting, but
it does. I think I've still got LHX Attack Chopper on the PC. I think it's one of the only PC games I've still got apart from Mech Warrior. I'm pretty sure I got that with a graphics card all those years back. They always used to give you free games, then they just show off the latest graphics.
Yeah, I mean, graphically, that did kind of remind me of a Spectrum game. It's that kind of resolution. But this is a game. This is a game I probably wouldn't normally give a second look. But I'm gonna. I probably won't video it or anything, but I'm probably going to have a go at that now, at least on the 64 or the Amiga, because I haven't got an ST emulator set up at the moment. But yeah, that's quite a neat little game. I mean, I'm assuming it was a full price game, and
I would have thought so. Must have been they were about 20 quid, weren't they, ST games?
Yeah, something like that. And even for 20 quid, all right, you've just completely pissed through that, but you playing that for the first time, not knowing the layout of the rooms or anything like that, you definitely get your money's worth out of a game like that. Even though it would be memory and trial and error, there's still a lot of game there for the money.
Yeah, I think it harkens back to what we said before. It's the arcade experience, isn't it? You start the game up, you know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
No tutorials, no being led by the nose to the flashing exit.
Yeah, no.
No annoying little companion badgering you every 3 seconds. Oh, do you remember that this button makes you jump? This button makes you shoot. And
well, that's it. I mean, this came from a time before the everybody wins mantra was kind of laid down as law.
Yeah. No, the gaming journalists these days, they love that because they actually don't want to play the games. They want the game to play itself. And then they can just write a hit piece on it, usually making a political statement, and get paid for it. Sod the game. The game don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to be rude, as you know, but journalists like that, quite frankly, can fuck off. That's my opinion on that.
They're certainly not Rignor or Penn. The only real reviewers I had any respect for, or Zap in general. I mean, Zap was kind of unique. All the Newsfield stuff was though. You could generally trust their reviews. If Julian Rignall said something was good, I usually didn't have a reason to doubt him. Because he spent his life in the arcades just like I did.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Roger Keane threw together some really good magazines, and hopefully, and so far he has, Chris Wilkins from Retro Fusions is carrying the torch onwards on the mini magazines. They're already doing Zap and Crash, Crash was first, much like it was originally. And from what I've seen, although it's not my thing because I never had an Amstrad, they're bringing back Amtics as well. So those 3 magazines in a smaller, more modern form are back there, and there's plenty of games being produced for the machine. So yeah, it's like it's come full circle, which is a good thing in this case.
I think so.
All right, mate. Well, we'll leave that one there. Thanks for joining me again with yet another one of your fiendishly, I'm going to make this look easy playthroughs.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone for watching, and until the next video, laters.
Yeah, laters.